with my call sign, and I did mark it as a peer-to-peer message, and I've addressed it to Denny. So I can tell it to post this to the outbox. So now in my outbox, I also have two messages, one for Gary that we haven't been able to connect. So here's the demo message that's waiting to go to Denny. So I've already started my VARA session. So it's open here, and it's open the software and connected. And by the way, you'll see that the VARA application actually opens down here in the taskbar. And so I've opened that display up and have some additional settings here that you can check. And it will also show you what's happening as you're transmitting the message, if you want to watch it in process. So, Denny, you're on 145.030? Correct. All right, and I've turned my power down to 5 watts. So I'm going to tell it to start. I think the channel's busy.
How much is it?
Just to connect. Yeah. So it's made a connection to Denny. Thank you to Randy for the cover commentary. Mark, for a call.
I got you again. I got a message download to check messages.
Okay.
Somebody's stuck in transfer.
All right, so it sent my message to Denny, and now it's told me that I have a message from Denny waiting for me, and I'll tell it to select all messages and download the check messages.
You're not getting anything up on your constellation. I wonder why that is.
It's popped up a couple times. Yeah.
Good. Oh.
Yeah. Now it says we disconnected. So my outbox now only has one message in it, the one for Gary. So I successfully sent the message that went to Denny. And let's look at my inbox. I did not get the message from you, then. What was it? Possibly too late then? Let me try connecting to you again. Okay, so select all messages, download check message.
Be too late.
Brad, one thing that I found with John today was that it's important to have the level set correctly. So
Mine sounds different. Mine sounds different.
Yeah. Are you on wide or narrow? So here's the settings for VARA, and we can set either narrow or wide, and I'm set to narrow.
Narrow, yeah.
That's the TNC setup?
That's the TNC setup. In the setup, tell it that I want it to auto-tune to set the level. Because possibly I'm running too hot of a signal. So if I put in the call for Denny's station, and I hit this plug button to start calibration, you might hear in the background, it's actually sending a series of 12 messages at different volumes. And it's getting a message back from Denny's station until they agree on the right level setting. And so it's come back and said, all right, you should be operating -20. And so if you're on a signal link, it'll tell you which direction to turn the control on. So John and I found this afternoon, after I did the auto tune, we were able to connect successfully, and transfer a message.
Let me try that.
Yeah, and maybe why don't you try connecting to me?
So I played with, Dick Bush this afternoon, first thing we did was tune our levels, we connected immediately. This is a hot tip.
Remind them.
So the thing you get for RFM is a lot more sensitive to those levels than the standard connectivity then?
Seems to be.
Yeah, it's, with packet, the levels are, for the most part, they can be changed, but for the most part, they're set. It's nothing to change. Well, you can change packet length and those kinds of things, but when you're talking about modulation,
I've sure adjusted the modulation on a shitload of packet setups.
well, I think that's true with your service monitor, we went through, yeah, on that a long time.
And how many carriers are there in the 1200 baud packet?
2?
There's 52 in Vera.
Yeah.
That's why you see.
1200 baud packet.
That's why it's so,
I'm not even seeing those settings.
And did you open the bar application from the taskbar down here at the bottom?
Oh, yeah, gotcha. That's where it is.
Do we have a question today?
And for something we're supposed to be used at short notice for emergencies, it sure seems like a mess. I'm not impressed. Well, like everything else, it's got a learning curve to it a little bit.
Denny, do you have a SSID on yours, or you dash something?
No. It should be connected.
You wanna try connecting them again?
Idiot.
It took John and I
See me?
minutes to figure it out this afternoon, and then we connected.
I didn't get a signal back.
No, I didn't see the.
That's Dick talking.
Does somebody have a question?
That's EDA talking.
Yes, we can just barely hear you.
Okay, I'll just, John and I connected to this afternoon, and it took us about, maybe 10, 15 minutes to figure out the issues on this, and then we were communicating.
But do you have to do that for every station you want to talk to of RFM? You have to go through this whole calibration.
I don't think so.
No,
I think it's
yeah.
your drive level coming out to your
Right.
radio.
I think so too. It's given me the same drive level every time I've done the calibration.
Okay. Does someone online have a comment? Okay. Okay, what else? Anything else? Tonight? Okay, if not, I think we're gonna go ahead and disconnect from, Zoom. Thank you all for attending, and, Matt, thanks again for putting all this
Yeah,
together.
thanks,
Good
man.
work. All right, good night, everyone.
Well, I can at least tell that I'm, the British Fox listeners, I'm not hearing anything.